So in this video we're going to be looking at the technical drawing, mechanical drawing option from 2012. Now the question that we're going to be taking on can be found on the second page. As you can see here, it says mechanical engineering drawing. This paper consists of two sections: assembly drawing and sketch and design, or 3D model. Answer one question from the assembly drawing and one question from sketch and design. Candidate may either use traditional or computer aided method. We're going to be using AutoCAD, so we're doing the computer aided version. Now it says that assembly drawing, answer one question from this section. Do not spend more than 2.5 hours on this section. Now the question or the task read: Figure 1 on the enclosed sheet shows the first angle orthographic projection detail of the parts that make up the wheel roller assembly. In assembly, the wheel, which is labeled number 3, is set on the axle, which is labeled number 4, which is supported by two angled brackets, which is labeled number 2. The assembly is bolted to the top plate, which is labeled number 1, and the platform by 4 M10 hexagonal head nut or bolts or nuts, which are labeled number 5 and 6, and the plain washer. You can see all of that in detail in the drawing. Now here is what we're required to do. We're required to draw a full size, either in first angle or third angle orthographic projection, the following views of the wheel roller when fully assembled: an end view showing all in detail, end view, a full sectional front elevation taken along cutting plane XX. Once you have done all of that, you need to show 6 main dimensions to include length, a diameter, a radius, and a metric screw thread specification. After all of that, you should print the title Wheel Roller Assembly and the scale used to do the drawing. In this case, we're probably going to be using 1:1 when it is plotted on the paper, and you should also show the projection method used by symbol, and all of that is worth 80 marks. So let's look at the parts sheet in question. I believe this is it. Alright, so as you can see the different parts, they said that there is 2 of these angle brackets here, so we're going to be drawing 2 of them. So we're doing an end view and the front section along ZZ. Alright, so let's get into things. So let's make our way over to AutoCAD. And again, we're going to be using the puzzle method, if you want to call it that. We're going to be drawing all the individual parts and then putting them together afterwards. So let's go. So we're going to start things off by first, so our end view, or end view. So CZ end view. So we're going to be drawing this portion here. Alright, and we're also going to be drawing this portion here. So let's go. So I'm going to start things off by first drawing this bottom portion here, and it has a width of 82 and a thickness of 10. So I'm going to be drawing a rectangle of that measurement: 82, tab key, and then 10. There we go. Let me go over a bit. Then we're going to be drawing this rectangle here. This rectangle here, we need to find out the dimensions for it. We're seeing that the thickness is 16. The height of it is not specified, but we can find out that pretty easily. Alright, so let's find out where this circular portion here is. Alright, So what I'm going to do to find that circular portion, I need to find the center of the circle. Whenever you're dealing with circles, just imagine where is the center located. We know that the center is in the center of this bracket here, and the distance from the top of this plate here upwards is actually 50. So I'll draw a line from this center here up in the here by 50. Alright, so once I've located that portion or that portion of the drawing, I'm going to draw these circles. As you can see here, I'm going to draw this small circle and then the larger one. Now the small circle has a diameter of 18, so it means that the radius is going to be 9. So let me activate my circle command and draw my circle, 9 for the radius. Then I'm going to do the larger circle whose radius is 20. Alright, once I've done so, I'm then going to be offsetting this line here, offsetting it to the left and to the right by 8, so that I'll get my 16 thickness here. So 8, so offset 8 on either side, as you can see here, and then from that I can easily now draw a line across the top where it touches the circle like this. And it's just a matter of you cleaning up your drawing now by either filleting, trimming. The option is yours. Alright, once that is done, we're pretty much finished with this. The only thing that's remaining for us to do is to draw those diagonal lines from this quadrant here to the end of the shape. So we're here to here and here to here. Alright, so let's remove some of these other things that are here, at least for now. That is, now there's a portion, so this portion here, as you can see, they have it in detail line. So we're going to be replicating that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this circle here, and I'm going to place another copy right there. Hopefully this does work. Alright, now what, let me move it first so I can get that one. Alright, so let's trim away this bottom portion using these two lines as my cutting plane, and then remove here. Then after, these are not at the right position, let's move them to a tangential point on this thing here. Let me ensure that let me move this out of the way. Snap feature, tangent, yes, it's on. Snap feature. So I'm going to have some conflict if I don't turn off quadrant. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so there is the tangential point. Let's do the same on this side, right there. And then I can now trim what needs to be trimmed. So I'll trim away here. The mouse is acting up, and here. Alright, now I can take this and place it back in the center, and then now I'm going to be trimming away the top portion of that circle. Now I can easily now place this on my in detail layer. Alright, the rest of it, object, should be on my object layer. Alright, so that's that done and dusted. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is the end view. That's the one to the, not the end view, the side view here, that is going to be representing my sectional view. Alright, so that's what I'm going to be drawing next. I hope you can see my cursor. That's this one over here. Now it's easy to draw the other one because we already have this one to the right. So what I'll be doing is that I'm going to be projecting a line across the top here like this, one across the bottom here like this, one across here as well like this, and then I'll be drawing a vertical line up like this. Alright, now you see this line that I've just drawn up, I'm going to be offsetting it by 38. Why 38? Because that's the length of here. Alright, now once that is done, it's just a matter of you cleaning up your drawing. Here we have our cutting plane selected, so now I can easily remove here, here, and here. Likewise, I can remove here as well. Alright, the next part that I'm going to be targeting is the portion where the circle starts and stop. Now, how do I identify that? Now, we have some different clues here. So it says that from here down is 30, so we can offset a line up by 30. O, enter 30 in the here. So we know that that is where that portion there stop. Now for the thickness of this portion that is going to be here, that's here. As we can see, the overall thing here is 13. We're not given here, but we know that there is this little overhang portion here that is 3. So if we minus 3 from 13, we're left with 10. So it means that the thickness of the portion going up here is actually 10. Offset 10. Alright, and remember there is going to be a line from here to there. Alright, so now we can further do some further cleaning up. So we can either trim, fillet, the option is yours, whatever method you want to use to do your cleaning up. So we have there and we have here. Alright, now once that is done, we can now offset that little 3 portion there to the front. So O, enter 3, which is right here like that, and then further cleaning up, again the option is yours, whether you want to trim, fillet, chamfer, the option is yours. Alright, so we have that there out of the way. Now we can do here, so this goes to there, and this here should stop somewhere in the middle. Alright, so let's get rid of this line that goes across here. So we're trying to mimic what we're seeing. I'm going to be stopping it right here because this is going to be a sectional view. So it means that all those hidden lines that you saw or you're seeing here are now going to become solid lines. So the one that is representing the hole here and the one that's representing the hole here. Alright, so let's draw that. So to draw the hole in the middle, all you need to do is simply project lines across. Let me turn on O snap here for a bit, quadrant, draw a line across the top like this, and you can do the same from the bottom, and then you do some trimming. Alright, then for the hole that is down here, depending on where it is, I'm not seeing a plan view, but assuming that no, it wouldn't be in it, the hole wouldn't be in it. Alright, so that would be it for this here. So let's place this on our object layer and we'll finish with that section there. So the next thing that I'm going to be drawing is I'm going to be drawing the what else can I draw now? I am going to be drawing the top plate. Alright, I'm going to be drawing the top plate next. Alright, so that's this portion here, if you can see my cursor, this here. Alright, so let's draw that. Now the dimensions for it can be seen as here. As you can see, there is a rectangle. The rectangle measures, the overall thing is 132, so I'm going to draw a line 132, 132. The height is 16, so I'm going up 16. All right, the other thickness is 4, but we're going to be doing it slowly. So for this one here, so what I'll do, I'll just copy this. You could also draw the other line on the other end. The option is yours there as well. I'm going to be drawing that little cutout portion that is right inside of here. Now we know that the cutout portion here is 58, so all I'm going to do is simply find the center and then draw a line up by 4, which is equal to that little cutout section, and the half of 52 would be 26. I'll offset 26 on either side of this line. Alright, so to my right and then to my left, and then I'll simply connect the top, and once that is done, it's just a matter of me trimming out the middle. That's right here. Alright, now continuing on our drawing, we can now do that little top portion there, that's up top here. Now the dimensions for that is the same as what is on the bottom, so that's what we're going to be doing, and the thickness is 4 as well. So all I'll do for that there is simply grab onto this tool line here, because if you realize it's a complete replica of what is down below. So just like that, that base plate there is completed. Alright, and in terms of like the hole, from the sectional view perspective, you would not see it, the hole, because of the cutting plane. It's not in the cutting plane path, alright, because it's off to the far right and far left. Alright, and the cutting plane is running right through the middle, so it's running through the middle, so it means that we wouldn't cut through the hole. Alright, so let's go ahead and add this to our object layer. Alright, as you can see, we're almost there. Even our sectional view is almost finished as well. Let me just join all of this here, and public group. You don't have to do this. I just like to do this, the whole joining and grouping stuff. Alright, so if I were to, let me do the same here and join and group. This is just a preference of mine. Alright, this here, they say that there's 2 of it. For the end view or the sectional view, this is what it should look like. Let me ensure that all is there, and I'll mirror it to the other side as well, because there's 2. Alright, now there's a gap here. I'm not sure, but we did the exact measurements. What did I enter? 50? It's 58. Okay. I think I might have made a mistake. Well, let me double check. 58. That for 58. So 25 and 25. For 58 is 29. Let me double check on that one there and make the adjustment. Offset 29, 29, alright, 29. So let's see, yeah, alright, cool. So that's where that should be. Let's do this. All right. that is it. Alright, so that's good now. Alright, so what's going on here? So it seems as if I made another mistake. I am really tired. Overall it is 134. Let me double check on this here. L 134. All right, let's see. Smack in the center. Okay, group. Uh, 134. That should fix things, and everything is where they should be. So let's move this to where it should be. All right. And this is a perfect example of what to do when if you realize that you make a mistake. Do not erase the entire thing. Alright, remember we modify, we do not start over. Alright, so as you can see there, all adjustments sorted out and everything is up to par. So once that is done, we can now move on to another portion of the drawing. For example, we can draw the axle right now. Alright, so in drawing the axle, I'm going to be drawing it in rectangular sections. So I'll draw a bunch of rectangles. So I'm going to go REC, enter. Rectangle, the dimension is 52, tab key, and then the thickness is, can I find it, the thickness, topmost one is that 22 diameter? Yes, 22. So let's go 22. Alright, then the other rectangle is 12 by 18. REC. Let's go another rectangle. 12. Tab key. 18. And then the final rectangle is 16 by 14. 16 tab 14. Alright, so let's place them together. So let's move this one here to here, and this one here to here, and then I'll just simply mirror it to the other side. Alright, and that is our shaft, our axle. Alright, now once that is done, you can choose what you're going to be doing now. So this, let me just group everything, and this is going to be placed inside of this section here. So let's see how things go. Let me just grab onto it right here first and place it right here, and let's move it a bit further. Move right here. All right, so that's how things are going to go. The next thing that you'll see is the next thing that we can draw is the so we did this, we did this, we did this. Hexagonal nuts. Oh, we wouldn't, that's that part there, we wouldn't see it on the sectional view. I'm not not seeing where detail FF is. Oh, there should be a washer somewhere along here. Oh, I see. But we didn't cut through any of those, so we wouldn't have that. So the only thing that's remaining for us to draw for our end sectional view is the wheel. Alright, so from this view it will look like this bottom portion here. Alright, on this end view, here, it's going to look like a wheel. So let's draw this wheel here. How we're going to draw it, we're going to draw it like a rectangle. That's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to draw it like a rectangle. So it's going to be a rectangle of 104 by 48. So let's draw that rectangle. REC 104, 104, tab key, 48, I believe, 48, 48, 48. All right, now for those internal parts that you're seeing, I'm not sure what probably it's a part of the whole framing for it. I'm going to add that as well. I'm going to add it as well. So it's going to be 10, and the hole in the middle is you know what, let me just draw the top as well, draw the circle as well. Draw the other view because I'm going to need it anyways. Alright, so we have that outer one. We have those circles, so we have 20, we have 36, 20 and 36. So let's draw those. So half of 20 is 10, half of 36 is 18. Alright, so those are the two holes. Reflecting those, all I simply do is project lines down through to the wheel. Alright, just like this. Alright, and then I can easily now trim away what needs to be trimmed away. Now for the this little lip portion here, they say that the thickness is 4. All I'm going to be doing is offsetting 4 inwards on this weave here. So O into 4, and then I can easily now project lines down to show that as well, similar to what we did previously. And then you clean up your drawing by trimming what needs to be trimmed out. And then finally is the portion that goes across, and I believe we had seen that measurement there, that is 10. So let's do that. Line across the middle and then offset on either side by 5. Alright, just double checking. Alright, once that is done, let's look at our drawing. Now if we are doing a section right through the center of this here, it's going to look a bit funny, but I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. So on this view here, it will look like a circle. On this view here, what is going to happen, it's not going to be looking like this. What is going to happen is that it's going to be turned vertically. So it's going to, I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees like this. Alright, like that. Now for the sectional view, how it will look, I'm going to be cleaning up this a bit. So how am I going to show you? It's going to look something like this. So you're going to have let me just trim here. Let me just clean up and explain. So all of this here is no more. All of this here, because this is the lip portion, this is no more. The whole run through the entire thing. All right. This center line here, I'm going to remove it for now. All right. This here is somewhat like a rib running right through our spine, running through the entire thing. If you have ever seen a bicycle before, this section here will represent something like the spokes portion. This portion here will represent the hole in the middle. So what will happen is that when you do the section, this portion here where the axle will pass through, you will not see it. All right. And it is safe to say that you can also remove here as well. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to place it on the drawing so you can see what is going on. Let me just join some stuff. Join. And my favorite thing to do is grouping. Grouping. All right, and we are keeping this line here at least for now. So let's place it where it needs to be. I'm going to hold on to it from here first and see how things fit like that, and I believe that's how it goes. So let's look at it. Yeah, let me move it to my right first, and let's move it to our left. Alright, so something is off with this here. You might not see it, but I see it. So I'm just going to look at my measurements that I have for the whole section. So these measurements here should be matching up with what is over here. I did do the 18, 22, I did do it. Oh, I think I had done a 10. So let me draw a line across the middle and just to make sure, and then draw that hole. So the circle, 22, so half of 22 would be 11. So offsetting 11 on either side. So I'll see what's going on now. So 11 and 11. Alright, cool. So this goes and this goes, and I'm going to, you know what, let me double check the outer ring as well, just to ensure that I actually use the correct measurement. The outer ring is 36, so it's the half of 36 is 18. Oh, enter 18. Yeah, that one was okay. All right, so let's add our little roller wheel now. Let's add this back to object. Let's join, and then we group. And this is one of the reasons why I always group it. So just in case things don't look right, I could always let's say move it without having to go through and select line by line by line. All right, so let's position this object here. All right, here we go, and it is now in the center. Now this here is pretty much finished, at least for the sectional view, that is. So we're going to add our little title, and I'm going to write section through XX. Alright, so let me adjust my text size once that comes up. Let's make it 4. Let's write now section XX. Alright, let's put this on the relevant layer, which is our annotation layer. Oh, and we're in minute 35. Alright, so let's hatch what needs to be hatched now. So for example, we're going to be hatching this section here, and when we're hatching, things are going to become a lot more clearer. Alright, so let's find our steel hatch. Scrolling until we see the one that says steel. Here it is. Let's hatch inside of here, and I'm going to be hatching each section separately. I'm also going to be hatching this here, and this is also a part of it. Alright, I'm also hatching here and here. Alright, now there is a rule, so whenever you have two objects that are beside each other, you should change the direction of the hatch pattern. Alright, so this hatch here is going this way, if that makes sense. I'm going to be changing it, or changing the angle at about 90 or so. Changing the angle to, oops, I've just adjusted the scale. I'm going to be changing this angle to 90, so the total opposite. Likewise, this one here, I'll change it to the angle, or rotate it 90 degrees. Alright, now other portion that we will hatch, we would not hatch this portion here because this is a shaft technically, so we would not hatch it. The only thing that we'll do to this here is do some cleaning up. So for example, we would be trimming out the portion that is actually we're seeing that it looks like it's passing through the shaft, because the shaft would be in front of all of this, so we would not see it. All right, the shaft would be in front of it. All right, just like that. In terms of this now, this is considered to be like a spoke or a web, so we wouldn't hatch it. All right, we wouldn't hatch it, but the portion that we'll hatch has to do with this outer portion of the wheel, or the roller wheel. All right, so that portion there can be hatched. Here would leave it alone because we didn't cut through it. All of this portion here is just a hollow section within the roller. All right, and with this, you'll know this is because of just experience and seeing these kind of machine parts before. This portion here is like a web, so it's a supporting member or a brace, similar to this angled portion here, so we're leaving that alone. All right, now for this portion here, it is also a support member as well, somewhat like a web, but for this here, we're going to be hatching it. So we're hatching here and here. All right, but we're leaving everything else alone. All right, so this is your section view completed. All right, so now we can turn our attention to the end view and complete that portion there. All right, I believe that our circle here, the inner one needed to be changed, the radius 11. All right, cool. So let's now put together the remainder of our drawing. So what did we miss? So we have this here. We need the base plate for this here, for this portion. So I'm going to just copy this, and I'm going to be starting to put things together. So by the looks of things, we're going to be finished with this drawing within an hour, which is just amazing. All right, just amazing. Let's just get these out of the way. Alright, so that portion here would stop somewhere along here. So I'm just lining things up because you know this is our orthographic drawing. Alright, let me unselect that and move this down. Alright, yeah, right about there. So let's draw the base, what do you call it? The top plate. Now the top plate will look like a simple rectangle, if that makes sense, rectangle. And all I'll be doing is simply projecting a line over from this to catch that dimension there. So then we go down like this and like this as well. So that will be the base plate portion, or top plate. I don't know why I keep calling it base plate. Alright, now there's going to be a section that is going to be in detail, and it's going to be representing this little step-in portion here. So right here you're going to have that one, because if you remember, when we drew the thing, we had, it went up a bit, then it went across, and here it went across, then up, then across. So that's the portion that we're capturing. So you know what the reason why we use hidden details already. These will be hidden detail. We know that they're there, but we know that it's being blocked. So we're going to be representing that using hidden detail line. So let's add these to that layer, the hidden detail layer, that is. Alright, so that's that portion there, done and dusted. We can also show the holes that are going to be in it. Yeah, we can show the holes. Where are these holes located? They are so on center is 54. So let me just capture that there. So let me just draw a line down the middle like this, and the center is 54 from each other. If it's in the center, half of 54 is 27, offset 27. All right, and the holes are do we see the hole? 10 in diameter. So it means that we're going to be offsetting these lines 5 on either side. So O, enter 5 all the way across like that. I can keep this line here because it's going to be a center line, and I can also place it on the center layer as well. And now I can remove this line that I had here and then paste these on hidden detail layer, and then I'll mirror it to the other side because there's two. And these are object members, so object layer. Those are the visible edges. So just like that, we're almost through. So now for drawing the axle portion, some of it is going to match up with this, and then there's some that is not. Alright, but I'm going to be drawing those portions as well. Now you will remember us drawing this here, so I'm going to simply just add it to the relevant layer. Alright, some portion of this is going to be in hidden detail, some portions are not going to be, so I'm going to be making a copy. Should I make a copy? And then I'm going to be grouping this. I should be able to trim while it is grouped, and then I'll just position it into place right in the center like so. Alright, just like that. So it means that all of that portion that you're seeing now, so this circle here and this circle here is going to be in hidden detail line. Alright, so and then this portion going around here as well is also going to be in detail line as well, because it is being blocked by this bracket here. All right, so let's go through and do some cleaning up. Cut, so we're using that as our cutting plane, and we're trimming away here, here. Those will have to be re-headed in detail line. So let me just re-head it, and then now I'll use the cutting plane of these again, and I'll trim away that top portion of the circle, and then I'll grab onto these and make them hidden features. Alright, something like that. Alright, the other thing that I'm going to do is I believe that I had mentioned these two circles line, or two lines here that will be blocked. So I'm going to be adding that as well. So these here I'll probably have to ungroup now, and then simply, what were they again? Was it this and this? I think so. Was it the, yeah, it's those are going to be in detail features as well. All right, the only thing that's missing from this now is us drawing the bolt, that M10 bolt, and we also need to draw a washer as well. Now they gave us the washer dimension and the nut dimension and all that stuff, so let's go ahead and draw our hexagonal bolt. Now we're going to be drawing it using rectangles, so REC, enter. The width of it is an M10, so we'll going 10 first, tab key, then the height of the bolt, which is 60. All right, there we go. Now once that is done, we're now going to be drawing the portion that, let me just explode this, the portion that represents this the threaded portion, which is 20. So I'm going to offset this bottom line here up by 20. So that's where that's going to end. For the thread, I'm simply going to be offsetting 1.5. So I'm offsetting this line here, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 up like that. And then I trim away here, here. Alright, and I'm going to be adding my little 45 here and trimming what needs to be trimmed. Alright, let's mirror this to the other side. And then we trim away this portion here, and there we have the bottom of our bolt. So now we can draw the head. Well, I believe there is a portion that is angled up here as well. Offset 1 point. I think AutoCAD is rounding off my thing. Double check what that looks like. Okay. Alright, so we're trimming away that, trimming away that. Alright, I believe that's what it looks like. Let me double check. Yeah, whatever it is. Alright, so it's now time for us to draw the hexagonal nut. Now, where is my cursor? Alright, so let's draw the hexagonal nut. Now working off these dimensions that we have here, and we know that the thickness of the hexagonal nut is 7. So what I'll do is offset 7 up from this line here, let's look at the head of this here. So let's see, we know that the M10 part, this part here is we're seeing this 15 in diameter. So let's draw that first so we can better understand what is going on. 15. You know what, I'm not going to be drawing it. Let me just offset on either side of this line here. So let me just offset. Half of 15 is 7.5, so 7.5, and that will give us the 15. Yeah, that should give us, that is small though, but let's just do it because that's what is there. So let's just clean up the edges, close things off by flattening the corners. Alright, so let's see now. Alright, so I'm going to be sketching the head of the bolt. Alright, so 4 off. Also require a 4 plan washer. Okay, yeah, I got that. Yeah, so let's draw this portion here. So let's go for the head of the nut. The head of the nut, you see this line that we have here, I'm just going to offset it in by 1. I'm just sketching this whole 1. All right, and 1 and 1, and then I'll extend it up to touch this EX, and then I'll trim away the bottom portion. Alright, then I'm going to be adding those are the curvature portions. This curvature portion right here. So the curvature part, what I'm going to be doing, I'm just sketching it. So I'm offsetting a line by 1.5 down like this. I also need to find the center of here, so I have that there. I'm going to be using my arc tool, so from here to here, then down to here, another arc from here to here to here. All right, let's just mirror this to the other side. Get rid of that. Get rid of that line there, that there, and here. All right, so once that is done, we can now place this on the relevant layer. Now there are some portion of this that is going to be in detail, but we're going to figure that out after we have added it. Alright, we're also going to be drawing our washer. Now our washer is going to be our washer. I think we do have our washer thickness here. Our washer thickness is right here, which is 10. So I'm going to draw a rectangle that is 10 in thickness, and the width of the washer is going to be so whatever this space here is. So let me just add that one. So I'm going to draw it manually. So we have this here. Let's offset that by 3, and let's move this. Let's draw a line across the top, and they said the thickness of the washer is 10. washer is 10. Alright, that's a thick washer, can't be right. Anyways, and then the hole in the middle, which is 10, so offsetting 5 on either side. Alright, so that's that right there. Object clear. Those middle lines should be broken line, hidden detail lines though. Alright, so that's that there. What is missing now is that we need to draw the hexagonal nut as well. What I'm going to be doing for that, is it the same as this? 15, okay, yeah. So all I'm going to be doing is copying this head here. Let me copy this, and this top portion here I'll be mirroring it down, mirror. Now it's going to somewhat like that, yeah. Now the thickness, we have to double confirm the thickness should be 8, so let me offset down 8 just to make sure. Alright, so we need to move this up a bit, move it up like this. Alright, let's get rid of that. That there is gone, that is gone, that is gone, that is gone. Alright, so this is our hexagonal nut. Now on the drawing, we're going to have the whole 10 situation going on still. So let's copy this, and we're going to place it there. Alright, let's trim what needs to be trimmed. Alright, like that. Now to position these, what we're going to do, I'm going to be grouping all of this here, just in case there is an error with my thing. So let's group it and let's space it. Move, well, no, let's copy. Alright, so we're just about finished. Is the only thing that's remaining now is for us to dimension our drawing. Alright, so as you can see there, now these are going to be moved up a bit. Our nuts are going to be placed. Let me group these. Our nuts are going to be placed. Copy. Let me grab onto it right here. One there and one here. Alright. Now for the washer portion, I'm just going to place the washer first, and then after I'll move the bolts up. So move, copy here, and then place it right here and right there. Alright, so let's now move up our bolts. Move, here is our base point going up. Alright, like that. Alright, let's see. Now for some reason things aren't lining up. Or do we have washer on both sides? Maybe we do have washer on both sides. Anyways, let's add them just in case. So copy, enter, and my base point is here, placing it right here, and then I'm going to move down my bolts, move, my base point is right here, moving it down to here. Alright, so things are now a bit better. Alright, now here are some of the things that we're going to be seeing that is going to be happening. Alright, now this portion of the bolt that is running through all of this here should not be solid line, because it is hidden detail features. It is going through the object, we're not seeing it, it's actually behind the material. So we're going to clean up our drawing by trimming away a portion of that, leaving only the hidden detail lines. Let's see. Alright, so we have all of that. It's the same treatment even up here as well, going through the washer. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to click on this line here on the nut. How am I going to do it? Let me just draw a line across from the nut right here across, and that is going to act as my cutting plane. And then the same thing on this end up here, from the top of, from the base of the nut, and then these will be my cutting plane. So when I go trim and then click on the green line, it should just vanish, leaving the parts that should be there. Alright, alright, cool. I believe that's it now. Alright, so now we can erase these lines and do some further cleaning. So for example, this portion here, I might have to ungroup this here, you know, and because what is going to happen is that these now ungroup, this portion here will now become hidden detail. At least a portion of it, that is going to become hidden detail. The portion that is below the nut right here should be solid, because it is, we can clearly see that. So let me draw that line right here down, and we have to do the same thing on the other end as well. So that's what that will look like. On this side it's the same treatment. Let's just quickly ungroup this so we can start our dimensioning process. So this goes and this goes. Let's draw the line all the way down, and all the way down on this side as well. Yeah, these are hidden features. Alright, so I believe that is it. I don't think I'm missing anything. Doesn't look like I'm missing anything. So let's just do one quick look. Let's start moving these out of the way, because we're ready now to do our annotation and all that fancy stuff. Since we're on the, so this is here, so let me just write the name and view. This is the end view. End view, and then now for the title, scale this up a bit, about twice the current size, so whatever it is, 2. Alright, so the name that it told us to use is roller wheel assembly. Yeah. And then we have the scale 1 to 1. Remember to put that little colon thing there. I like my scale to be half the size of whatever the title is, and I like to orient everything to my right, like that. So just like that. So now it's time for us to do the dimensioning. So let's add our dimensions. So for example, they say they want diameter, radius, all that fancy stuff. So let's add those. Let's just jump to our annotation, well, dimension layer, to do all of that. So let's go radius, let's go diameter, let's go I need somewhere that is clear. Alright, so I think let's say it's M10 M10 X not. Alright, so we have that. So that's 1, 2. Let's add some other dimensions, such as we can do here to here. You can also do here as well. We can, how much are we now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's capture some other stuff, such as the width of this thing here. $82. Oh, all right. And what? Oh, we can do the thickness here. Okay. Oh, and we need to start adding. So we have, I think we have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're good now. We need to add the center lines that need to be where they should be. So let's just move to our center line layer so we can draw those. So one along here. Let's extend this center line as well that runs through the bolt and the nut. Alright, let's stretch this one up as well. I know things look a bit crowded here though. Alright, so that there. We also need center line running through this here, as you can see. So one going horizontal and one going right through the center from the vertical point. Alright, so we have that there, we have that there. What else are we missing? So as you can see, we managed to complete this. I'm not sure I think the video accidentally ended, and now we're at 6 minutes. The only thing that's missing now is the orthographic symbol, and all you can do is simply just redraw this here. So you'll draw the two circles. So we have circle one, and then we have the other one. These are going to be on my object layer. Then you can draw the cone portion. And this is just a sketch, so let me just quickly draw this here. So I'm going to go L, enter, starting here, down, across to here, up to here, then back down to here, and then I'll delete everything here. And I can now add my center line through this. Right, and let's paste it. All right, so now that all of that is done, just get it out of the way, and let's lay out our drawing. Now my layout space is already set up. The drawing will be linked in the description down below as well. You can see here. Let's try do our scale. Let's try 1:1. I know my title block is way too big, so might not hold perfectly. So on that, oh, I accidentally. So scale 1:1. See if I can position this here. Alright, let's go over to our model space and adjust this here. So I'm going to make this a bit smaller, probably like 0.4. Yeah, and move it down. And let's see what this. Alright, yeah, we're good. Now for lines that are not clearly visible, I'm going to double tap in here and go PLTS, enter, and then I'll enter 0.5. Alright, and double tap here. Let's preview what this will look like. Continue. Yeah, let's preview. So it should be looking something like this. Please bear in mind there's still more stuff that you can do, because if you manage to complete this in like an hour and 10 minutes or whatever, you'll still have another 50 minutes to fine-tune things, all right, to make it even more perfect. All right, so I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Final thing is that I believe there should be another circle inside here that will represent this portion here. All right, so just to make sure, let me just project a line across to see how that would go. Right across here. Okay, so there should be a circle here. All right, and that should close things off. The other circle that you're seeing, so this one and this one represents this and then this edge here. Alright, so those are the visible edges. Alright, so hope this video was helpful. Please like, share, subscribe, share with a friend, and the file is linked in the description if you want access to that as well.